Last time on Pokemon Legends ZA, we managed to capture the legendaries of Hoenn in their primal forms, which means we can now go on to Rayquaza. But before we get on to that, let's take a look at how these primal forms actually function in Legends ZA. As you may know, these primal reversions are very similar to Mega Evolution, in that you have to make Kyogre and Groudon hold their respective orb like a Mega Stone. But unlike your typical Mega Evolutions, you won't need to charge up the Mega Energy meter to unlock these, or I guess for them to transform, as instead it'll happen automatically as soon as they enter battle. You can see here doing a little testing with Kyogre. It does not work outside of battle, so even if you attack some Mega Crystals, it'll stay in its regular base form. But as soon as an enemy Pokemon spots you and you engage in a battle, Kyogre will immediately transform into its primal reversion. And because they're not technically Mega Evolutions, that means you can have both Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon in your party at the same time, as well as a Mega Evolution like Mega Rayquaza, which we are of course going to be obtaining in this video. So if you guys are excited, don't forget to leave a like, and let's begin. The gang's all here! I'm newly impressed, not just by the sheer wonder of Hyperspace Lumiose, but by all of you. And the legendary Pokemon you battle too. So you heard the whole story. Indeed, Miss Karina told me all about your hyperspace exploits. I can picture the noble Kyogre and the grand Groudon in perfect detail. So I'm quite confident I'll be able to imagine the pocket of hyperspace where we'll find the fine Rayquaza at last. Can they not just show her a picture of Rayquaza? Like, I'm sure someone out there's got to have a Pokedex entry for it. Now that you've got a good mental image, let's put some real oomph behind it. How about you remind us why you want to meet Rayquaza so much? Alright, I'll tell you everything from the start. Wait, was Rayquaza the one that beat up Hoopa? Ooh, let's go to the roof. That sounds like a vibe. Nice thinking. Rayquaza's a sky-high Pokemon after all. It'll be easier to imagine from up high. I hope Gulpin's up here too, that'll be funny. Hey, this roof is where you first showed up too, right Ansha? Yep, where it all began. Hoopa transported me here. Oh, so even before she went to Hotel Rishisime, this is where she spawned in? Hoopa sure picked the right roof. The Gulpin is there, nice. No one else but Team MZ could have handled this hyperspace stuff so well. Okay, Tawny, chill. Ansha, tell us again, why do you want to meet Rayquaza? Give us the deets, so we can picture it crystal clear. Alright, it all begins with a story that I love very dearly. Listen close, and I'll tell you. Flashback time? A long, long time ago, in what people call the Primal Age, the world was overflowing with natural energy. Oh my! It's Groudon's smile, and I guess Kyogre's eyes too. It looks like a meme. In that time, there was Primal Kyogre, bolstered by the power within the blue orb. So too was there Primal Groudon, with the might of the red orb at its beck and call. They fought over the world's natural energy in endless, furious clashes. When Primal Groudon roared, the earth began to swell and the waters were evaporated into dust. When Primal Groudon, or Kyogre, bellowed, torrential waters flowed and massive downpours eroded the earth. For 20 days, these two mighty Pokemon battled from sun up to sun down. The ferocity of their clashing scarred and warped the world itself. And then, the Avatar! Oh? Okay, this is amazing. The people of that age, the Draconids, were at a loss. Whatever could they do? They wished with all their might for Rayquaza to descend and save them from destruction. This is really cool. I think it's supposed to be like a children's book, actually. Like, not drawn by Ansha, but that sort of art style of a kid's book. Like The Little Prince. The Draconid's wishes must have reached Rayquaza. Ooh, the rainbow fish. That just unlocks some memories. There appeared before Groudon and Kyogre a dazzling light, and in it was Rayquaza! A blazing light and whipping wind sapped the power from Groudon and Kyogre alike. Robbed of their primal forms, they fled to the faraway depths of land and sea. They still look so silly. The Draconids came to revere Rayquaza as a true savior. And there, our story ends. I'm really glad they didn't retcon any of the Omega Ruby stuff. I thought that they might, but we still got Draconid lore, and everything kind of tied together pretty nicely in the end. Still can't believe we're actually meeting Hoenn's Legendary in Lumiose of all places. Incredible, isn't it? That part about Rayquaza's sublime form sounds an awful lot like Mega Evolution. Rayquaza supposedly got something in its body called a Mikado organ that has the same power as a Mega Stone. That means Rayquaza can Mega Evolve into Mega Rayquaza all on its own. A Pokemon that can undergo Mega Evolution without a stone? Wah! Sounds pretty OP if you ask me. I totally get why you want to meet it so bad. My dear mama read me that story quite often. I came to love the story and admire Rayquaza so much that I would dream about it. Yo, what if Mega Rayquaza turns out looking a little different? Cause like, in her mind, Rayquaza looks like that storybook. Isn't it noble? Rayquaza, savior of the Draconids. I can see why you'd want to get it for Diantha. A mighty Pokemon for a mighty mom, huh? Your love for Rayquaza sounds like the real deal, Ansha. I'm sure your dream will be strong enough to create hyperspace distortion we need. Oh god. We're gonna need to collect more points, aren't we? What? I guess it actually worked? Yo! It's a green hole! The mother of Mega Evolution. Even though Mega Rayquaza is technically genderless, I like to think of it as, I guess you could say, the mother of all Megas. We've managed to gather some data on this latest distortion. The signals we've detected coming from this distortion are on wavelengths very similar to those emitted by the blue and red orb. We believe this distortion leads to the location in hyperspace where you'll find Rayquaza. At last, I'll be able to see the fine Rayquaza again. Guess we're about to witness a dream come true? Heck yeah. My dream. Mega Rayquaza finally. Much like with Groudon and Kyogre, this special distortion requires a special donut. Oh no. Please, Munch. Gather lots of data so Mr. Philippe and his team can develop the perfect recipe. Oh. When you do, I'll make the mightiest donut of all. I know I won't fail, because I've got all of you on my side. What is that face? She looked a little, well, I'll just stop myself there. It does seem as if we have to collect 100,000 survey points. And until we do that, we can't even know the recipe for this special donut. So once again, we gotta grind. We've been through this in the last 4 episodes now, so you should be pretty familiar with the strategy for grinding points. But thankfully, since Groudon and Kyogre, the game makes it even faster by adding these 5-star Rogue Mega rematches. Which one spawns seems to be completely random, as with many things in this DLC, but you can of course use save backups to sort of manipulate one that you find easier. But it can only be done after defeating a Mega. If you already have it on your map and you've saved, you won't be able to reset it. So let's use this Mega Slowbro as an example. After defeating it, you'll see that it is gone from the map. And resting at a bench will reset all the hyperspaces, including the Rogue Mega Evolution. So at this point, if I was to close out the game and load up a save backup, which if you don't know, you can press up, X, and B at the title screen to do, it'll take you back to before you rested at the bench. And when you do rest, it'll have the potential to spawn a different Rogue Mega. So depending on which ones you find easiest to take down, that is definitely something you could do. Personally, I don't really care. I like the challenge and what Rogue Mega comes up, I can take him all down. Even though Meowstic is definitely a lot more annoying than Slowbro, especially when it throws up that big old box and you gotta target the specific weak point. But I still managed to take it down eventually. And as you know, these Rogue Mega Battles also spawn golden Pokeballs, which contain rare berries inside that you're definitely gonna need to make Rayquaza's donut. So I highly recommend, if you're trying to do this as fast as possible, doing the Rogue Mega Battles. You can see I got a Mega Tyranitar up next, which is also pretty easy to take down, mainly due to having a 4x weakness to fighting type. And in general, I find those are the easiest ones. Like, I think I got a Mega Camera up later, and having a 4x weakness to water made this absolutely the easiest Rogue Mega to take down so far. So if you do get a Rogue Mega you don't necessarily like, or isn't as easy to take down, restore a save backup before resting at the bench. I mentioned last episode there's also some special side missions. For example, I found this one at the very bottom of Lysander Labs, where you have to take on Grisham and Grizel alongside Philippe. Completing these side missions will also get you 10,000 points, and they can sometimes be easier than the Rogue Megas depending on what Pokemon you've got. So they're definitely worth doing, as you also get some cool rewards. I'll probably have a video covering these in the future. As far as just getting this grind done quick, Rogue Mega Evolutions are still definitely the way to go. But it definitely depends on which one, because for my final 10,000 points, I happen to get Rogue Mega Dragonite. And because these are rematches, they're all going to be at level 200, definitely a lot tougher than the first time you faced off against them. Specifically with this Mega Dragonite, even though I was using 4x super effective ice attacks, actually my Frostlass died in one hit, as it usually does. So I ended up using Mega Zygarde instead, and that also didn't really work out, so I tried Diancie, and yeah, I did not have enough time to finish it. So eventually I decided to just go for Mega Garchomp, which has absolutely been the MVP of my DLC playthrough. This dude just does so much damage with Sword Dance, and you can see I gave it 3 Dragon-type moves, which are able to absolutely shred through this Mega Dragonite and get us the final 10,000 points. Fine work out there. You've accumulated enough data. Once again, we can now make the Rayquaza donut. At least I think. Sadly, I'm out of donuts in real life. We got some donuts the other day. I ate them all. But at last we have the recipe. Do you have to wait for Mr. Corbeau? Couldn't we go to Rust Syndicate? Dude, who cares about Corbeau? Make the freaking donut! I'm sorry, I realized that for people watching this on YouTube, it probably didn't look like it took that long, but this literally has been like a 3-hour stream of me just doing the hyperspace over and over. But thankfully Corbeau is here. Perfecting this recipe took the sweat and toil of the entire Rust Syndicate. Please listen closely. To craft the donut properly, its flavor scores must meet or exceed the following values. I'm not even going to bother reading it because I know exactly the donuts that we need. Actually, the berries we need. And the color has to match Rayquaza's green, so I've procured the apex of culinary verdure. Oh, a little special ingredient I see. Arboliva oil. Nice. Straight from Paldea. How Corbeau got some is best left a mystery. Dang, is it really that rare or expensive? Actually, I've heard about like certain olive oils are really expensive. I don't know why. Wait, we're using it just because it's green? Sure, no sense making things complicated. That Arboliva oil will make your donuts so tasty, the experience will be sublime. So this is finally it, huh? The final donut. The grand finale. We'll be cheering you on from our headquarters. Go get him. We look so unserious with the shades, but I low-key love it. I can't wait to see your masterpiece, Ansha. Oh right, we still have to make it. Thankfully, Rayquaza's donut is a lot easier to make than the Groudon and Kyogre ones. As usual, there are some specific recipes you can use, but as long as you hit those flavor requirements that Corbeau mentioned, any donuts will work. And thank goodness I did not have to go grind for more berries. Let's get started. Actually, let's just finish it. The Delta Donut. That reminds me, a long time ago, I had like a t-shirt for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. It kind of looked like that donut. If I can find it, I'll pull up the picture. But it gets Emerald Green Power, Mega Power Conservation, and Attack Power, which we're probably going to need to face off against Rayquaza. We've done it! The key to meeting Rayquaza. Heck yeah. The final challenge of the the DLC. It's time to leap into hyperspace and find Rayquaza. Let's go. The Delta Old-Fashioned Donut. We're gonna battle Mega Rayquaza and catch it and make Ansha's dream come true. I just realized we could have totally brought Mega Zygarde into this battle too. Mega Floette potentially, but Mega Floette's kind of frail. What? We're in the Spear Pillar? I mean, Sky Pillar, whatever. I guess this space is taking the shape of a place related to Ansha's story. I'm gonna get to meet and battle the very first Pokemon that ever Mega Evolved. Okay, this is pretty epic. It isn't just Ansha's dream coming true. Mine is too. It's time to battle the most OP Mega Evolution. They literally had to create a whole tier just because of Mega Rayquaza in competitive battling. It's that crazy. I kind of wish it was just here, like standing in the middle to give that extra nostalgia. 'Cause I don't know, as a kid, I'll never forget like the Rayquaza sprite in the middle of Spear Pillar or Sky Pillar. Wait, what is Spear Pillar? Why am I getting the names confused? Is Spear Pillar the one from Diamond and Pearl? Whoa, the Delta symbol on the floor. You can see it's shaped like Rayquaza's head, I guess. Well, Mega Rayquaza. We're back. But where is Ray Ray? Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's the greatest music. No way. Oh my god, I'm getting chills already. Rayquaza has appeared. As much as people talk about Charizard favoritism, Mewtwo favoritism, I feel like Game Freak actually kind of favorites Rayquaza quite a bit. And honestly, I am here for it. I love Rayquaza. It is my favorite legendary Pokemon, in case you didn't know. So I'll take all the Rayquaza that they give us. We're going to start off with just spamming a bunch of dragon moves, even though as a regular for Alligator, we don't get that same type attack bonus, but soon enough. Come on, there we go. We're going to be able to Mega Evolve. And of course, Mega for Alligator is half Dragon type, so we can hit it a little harder now. But we're also going to be weak to Dragon now, so bit of a double-edged sword, I guess you could say. The calories are running out, by the way, so that negative energy ball, or whatever it's called, is going to help out a little bit. We'll go for another Dragon Dance here. Oh my god. Go, cancel it. No! What is it attack? What? Oh, Hurricane? I'm okay with Hurricane. Oh my, wait, is it Draco Meteor? Bro, it's doing Draco Meteor and Hurricane at the same time? Okay, this is actually insane. Cabbage? I know you're not really the greatest matchup for Rayquaza, but actually, why am I using Cabbage, bro? We need an Ice type out here. Because right now, it is still 4 times weak to Ice, so I should have actually been using Frostlass this whole time. Once it Mega Evolves, though, things are a little bit different, but as for now, it is dead! Kidding. Pokemon don't die. The real battle is just getting started. So is the music. Damn. So I actually did not know this, but whoa, my god. Am I even gonna get to talk? This is getting a little too epic. I was gonna say that Mega Rayquaza's ability, Delta Scream. Oh my god, 5 HP. Can I heal actually? I'm spamming the X button, it's not working. Oh my god, I'm dying. Okay, you know what? No, we're just gonna dodge for a little bit. Up. What did I even die to? Okay. We gotta start over from phase 1? You know what? Respect. Game Freak did not skimp out on this battle. I'm gonna actually just use ice moves this time though. Whoa! There's like a weird suction. I don't know if it's the hurricanes pull you into the Draco meteors. That's crazy. It's Mega Garchomp time. It yelled at you. Yeah, I don't know what move that is though. Oh, it's dead. Nice. I was gonna say that as Mega Rayquaza, it's no longer weak to whatever flying type is weak to. So ice is no longer 4 times super effective. Well, you can still use ice, but it's not as effective, I guess. I'm gonna just use Mega Garchomp, at least as long as it stays alive, because for whatever reason... What? Now it lets me heal? Alright, well I guess I'll just max revive Garchomp. And we're gonna go back out to... Actually, what we need to do is use the dual screens with Cabbage. We got Reflect and Light Screen. Sadly, it doesn't protect me, especially from that move. I don't know what that is. It just keeps screaming at me. Bro! That screaming move? So annoying. Oh my god, don't do it again. Please, 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 please. Okay, I'm gonna Mega Evolve. Hopefully we can stall out long enough to... Okay, I need to pay attention to when it's gonna scream. I think it's about to do it. Yeah, okay. Maybe we just need to stay far away from it. Go for a Swords Dance. And, oh, there's the scream. Okay, we're fine. Let's Breaking Swipe it. Even though I think it's like been mainly using special attacks. Breaking Swipe lowers its attack, not special attack. The music! No way! Dude, the sound effects are so loud that I can barely tell what the song was. Oh my god, what is happening? Ha! 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 I'm getting sucked into the tornado, dude! What do I do? I can't do anything. Am I gonna die? Oh my god. Okay, well I'm glad I recalled for Alligator. Jeez. I myself didn't really take that much damage there. That's good. Alright, let's go. Scale Shot. Breaking Swipe. As long as we stay Mega Evolved, I think we got this actually. I don't want to jinx it, but we're doing alright. One more Breaking Swipe, and Raid Boss down. Turns out I just had to cover my ears. And now it's time to catch Rayquaza. Wow. That actually looks kind of weird, the way it's writhing around. Oh, we can't take a selfie with it either. Alright. You already know. My favorite Pokeball. Even though I feel like it would be cooler to catch it in... Ooh, we have a friend ball that we just got earlier. You know what? My friend Rayquaza is gonna get caught in the friend ball. Thank goodness I didn't mess up throwing the Pokeball this time. You really did it. You caught Rayquaza. This is like the 7th time I've caught Rayquaza, if we count all the different Pokemon games that it's been featured in. I can already imagine Ansha's smile when she hears the news. Same. Because remember, we caught Rayquaza for Ansha. You don't get to keep it for yourself. What? Nah. That's a joke, right? Y'all are joking. Please tell me you're joking. She's not even a trainer. Come on, let's head back to Hotel Z. Ansha's been waiting. Like, I'm okay showing her Rayquaza. You know, she can even go for a little pony ride on the back of it. But you're telling me we gotta give it to her? I feel like they're trolling. Munch, you're back. How did it go with Rayquaza? Why don't you check it out for yourself?
Yeah.
Damn. Now that's a legendary right there. Goodness. Hello, Rayquaza. What an honor it is to stand before such a fine Pokémon. She is mesmerized. Told you gotta wear shades to be able to resist the aura. And it never could have happened if I hadn't met Team MZ. I owe you all so much. No, not at all. You made this happen, Ansha. Lita's right. Who else could have crafted such remarkable donuts? If you say so. Aww. What's the matter? Just such an emotional moment, can't you understand? It's nothing really. I just felt a small pang when I realized I gave Rayquaza to my dear mama. It'll be time to hang up my apron as your donut chef. I don't know what a pang is, but you can keep making donuts, that's fine. What? But as long as Hyperspace Lumiose is still around, we'll want to keep exploring it. And we'd never keep you from seeing your mom, but didn't you say she'd be busy on a shoot for a while longer? I was about to say, Diantha's a very busy woman, and we have no idea who Ansha's dad is still. So I feel like she's probably being better taken care of by us. In short, please keep Ansha's donuts open for us. And for Gulpin, more importantly. Gotta keep feeding that Gulpin. I don't know what to say. You know, Ansha, I've been thinking, and I've got a question for you. Why'd you want to give Rayquaza to your mom anyway? I thought that such a mighty Pokemon would be a fitting gift for my mighty mama. That's a wonderful thought, but what would happen after you gave it to her? I mean, yeah, Diantha is more like a fairy trainer. Well, I'd like to give her more mighty Pokemon, but I suppose Rayquaza would be a hard act to follow. And I admit, I'm not as excited to seek them out as I was to meet Rayquaza. I think you've already got plenty of wonderful gifts you could give Diantha. I do? Like Hoopa? I'm guessing that's what she means? Or maybe the donuts. Stories of what you've seen, what you've done! My stories? That's right. Think about it. There are people in Pokemon you might never meet, even if you live in the same city at the same time. But we managed to meet, and we did something amazing together. That's all quite true, but are you sure dear mama would be happy with my story as a gift? How could she not? If I were in her shoes, I'd be straight up crying. All I know is that I'm thrilled when my little sister shares her. Naveen has a little sister too? What the heck? Well, I would very much like Mama to know about everything I've done here in Lumiose. But I'd hate to worry her by letting her know I've been slipping out of Hotel Rishisime. You're still in a hotel though. Oh, that? Don't worry, Diantha knows. What? According to Jacinth, yep. Damn, Jacinth the snitch. Well then, I suppose I can rest easy. Pardon me for leaving you out of the conversation, my dear Rayquaza. On my journey to find you, I've met such lovely people and done such exciting things. And I can't wait to tell my dear mama all about it. It's all thanks to you, really. That's cute. One day, I'll become a Pokemon trainer, and I'll present you to mama myself. Until then, would you please look after dear Rayquaza for me? Of course. We all knew. There's no way this little girl was gonna be taking care of Rayquaza. Thank you ever so much. There's plenty instances of 10-year-olds in the Pokemon world having gods under their control, but a 5-year-old, now you're pushing it. I'll be your coach, Ansha. I can train you up and you can pay me in donuts, deal? Deal. Yeah, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're not getting this Rayquaza back. In the end, I gave dear mama 2 gifts. The first was an array of donuts made with all my love. And the second was a book telling the story of my adventures with Team MZ. Just please tell me it wasn't a picture book. Oh my... I was about to say, her art skills, not quite as good as her donut skills. Mama looked so very happy. She even asked for more donuts by the dozen, along with just as many new chapters of my story. What could I say but yes, my friends in Team MZ and I will continue to have thrilling exploits. Diantha's hair, bro. For now, thus concludes the story of how I, Ansha, came to meet the fine Rayquaza. I'm sure we'll live happily ever after, with plenty more stories to come. At least the drawing's cute. A for effort. But it seems our adventures in Mega Dimension, which I for some reason cannot say today, Mega Dimension, aren't quite over yet. Morning sunshine, yo, we're getting good morning calls from Corbeau now. Prepare to be astounded. We've got a special new system we want you to take a spin. Come by my office and I'll tell you about it. See ya. A new system? Special scanning, huh? Okay. I am really curious what that's all about, but it'll of course have to wait for the next episode. In fact, the next few episodes are going to be a little different, because as you saw, there are a ton of side quests with a lot of unexpected rewards. So if you want to find out what those are, stay tuned and I'll catch you in the next one.